Hey everyone, Michael Phoenix, founder and staff of the magazine, sitting here on what is weather-wise should be a beautiful March day. A little chilly out here, but otherwise gorgeous. We're actually here, just sitting at the Whitehall Mall, waiting for the bus to head over to Caddy. Right to the point. Today over in Emmaus at Kinder Creations on Chestnut Street, I stopped by. David Weidman had a petition signing event there, and being part of the now 7th district, good luck, figure it out. If you can't, please explain it to me. The district formerly known as the 15th district, now known as the 7th district. I'm eligible to vote. And being a registered Democrat for the primaries only, I'm eligible to vote for him and sign his petition. So figure I pop over, see what listen to how he talks to people, see how he answers my questions and everything. Now, this is the fourth congressional candidate event I've covered this year. 4 different candidates, including a general event. So this makes number 5 already this year that I've covered. And what I will say about David Weidman is that he's not your typical candidate or want to be politician, where I always pay attention to not so much what people say as the way they say it, their expressions, looks in their eyes, tone of voice, etc. And David is one of those rare and few politicians who come across, there is another one in the race, by the way, who come across to me as they want to is that they're running and they want to get into Congress for the right reasons. They actually want to make a difference. They don't, unlike some candidates, and I will not mention names, who are doing it for their own reasons or for their own reasons. David actually comes across to me as the type of person who really wants to make a real difference and will listen, not only during his campaign, but if he's elected as a congressman, will actually listen to the people, whether it's a homeless, an eligible voter who's homeless on the street, or all the way up to the richest people in the area that can vote for him. And he comes across to me as the type of person that will vote based on research and facts, not several other reasons that we won't get into. There was one thing that he said that I just stood there in absolute disbelief, which I'll get to at the end, which I will get to at the end of this article. I just blanked on what I was going to say completely. But anyway, like I said, and not only that, but through his campaign, it's been cold for March. It's been very cold for March so far, a few days. And David has been out there, regardless of the weather, regardless of the elements, to try to get the signatures on the petitions, and actually just talk to residents and find out what their life is like, what their concerns are, what affects their lives and the lives of their families and the people they care about. Now, I did actually ask him a few questions off the interview that's on the main navigation. Congressional candidate interview questions on the main navigation site, just to kind of maybe throw him off a little bit and gauge his response, because those questions are not only as the media but are things I thought of as a voter. Some of his answers I was okay. I'm like, okay, yeah, we're on the same, we have the same idea here. And some of his answers I just really internally did not agree with at all. But whether agreeing with him or not, with his answers to those questions, again, he was very sincere and gave it thought, not just, okay, well, I'm going to give you a stereotypical answer, or I'm just going to, throw out something that myself or another politician or candidate has said countless times over. With each answer, he actually did give it some thought, give the question some thought, which I give a lot of credit for. Now I'm wrapping this up with the one aspect that I just literally stood there in complete disbelief. there were some people that showed up to meet, to talk to him, and to sign his petitions. But the one person that was there, I guess the subject came up where, okay, has he been receiving any media coverage? And he, without getting into details, he basically said, okay, the local, the main media in the area really hasn't given him, finally gave him one article, but it's basically kind of been blowing off his campaign in favor of other candidates, which I'm sorry, to me that's dead wrong. If you're going to cover elections and campaigns, then guess what? You need to be open to all candidates, regardless of political affiliation, party, what kind of campaign they're running, etc. Because all candidates need an equal and fair shot. I do that with the magazine, with Surreal and with the Valley and Beyond. I contact the candidates. If they get back to me, great. If they don't, nothing I can do. But all media needs to give each candidate, when possible, an equal amount of time in their media, and an equal amount of time in their media. Regardless of that fact, his answer, the question was, when he answered, he said, basically, sorry about that. But in the conversation, he said, no, that for whatever reasons I will remain anonymous and unspoken here, that one of the media finally gave him an article, but they really haven't been kind of paying any attention to his campaign or to what he has to say. And the reason why I stood there in like shock and disbelief, and I was basically standing right next to him at the time, was shortly after I arrived, I asked him, have you at least had a chance to look at the interview questions in the magazine? They're now in the main navigation. Now, about a week after the candidates' healthcare forum, I believe it was back in January or early February, I had sent all the Democratic candidates interview questions, emailed with hey, look, email the answers, straight copy paste. To this date, over a month later, not one candidate has gotten back to me. And when I asked David about, have you had a chance to look at the interview question, he said, well, I really haven't had time to check a lot of my emails. Yet a little later, he told someone, well, basically the media hasn't really been giving me that much attention. And I did the smart thing and the intelligent thing, I kept my mouth shut, but I just stood there like, okay, my magazine has a global audience, I'm pulling minimum 5,000 page views a day. I worked my ass off, I worked very hard at this, and you're actually going to stand there and say that? Now, you may think I'm complaining or crying or whining about this, but if you know anything about both my magazines, it's based on the experiences articles like this are based on the experiences that I had. So that was kind of like really just, I stood there like, you really just said that, thinking it. But other than that, I can never stress this enough. It's our job as citizens of this country, as registered voters, to learn as much as we can about all the candidates and stick to the facts, not rumors, not hearsay, etc., 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 and make an informed and intelligent decision when we vote on both primary and main election day. So, without getting into some of my personal opinions here, definitely go to his website, his campaign's website, his Facebook page, and if you live in his district, and you are able to sign the petition, even if you're not, if you see him at an event, stop by and talk to him, because like I said, he's definitely one that, one of a small number that will really pay attention to what you say. And I believe if he would be elected to Congress, it would continue on. Not, it wouldn't be, okay, I'm elected, who cares what everybody thinks? I got to worry. I'm gonna be down in D.C. and I have to all the time, and I have to worry about keeping my job from day one, getting reelected again. So definitely check out check out all the candidates and make sure you check out David Weidman, because he's not your stereotypical candidate or politician. And speaking of checking things out, please go to the thanks to the sponsors page. Please support those people and businesses, because without them, none of this could be possible. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Spring is officially 9 days away. Easter is 21 days away if you celebrate it. Opening day of trout season is 20 days away. St. Patrick's Day is 6, etc., etc., etc. So take care, everybody. Whatever you celebrate, take some time out, enjoy life with your family and friends. Remember, we only get one shot at it.